this is level L, list 14, day 1, and we're looking to change the Y to an I at the end of words, especially when we add ED. We could be adding ES as well, but this group we're just working on the ED, the past tense. So these words are all verbs. So let's have a look at reading them. Carried, hurried, worried, married, ferried, scurried, cried, tried, cried, and replied. So if there is a consonant before the Y, change the Y to an I and then you add your ED. So let's go through and highlight that I. So we know that there was a Y there. We had to change it. So let's highlight that so you remember. Always, we don't like Y's in the middle of words. That's why where we can, we change it to an I. Now before that, we've got a consonant. You've got 2 because we've got a short vowel sound before it, so you can colour in the double consonant. And then in the last one, we've only got the one consonant here. We've got a long vowel sound. So we've got the CR, TR, PR, PL there. Okay, so let's get another colour and we'll colour in the ED at the end. So that's indicating past tense. It's already happened. It happened before now. That's what we commonly write in when you're writing a story. You commonly use past tense in your stories. Okay, so let's have a look at the extra things that we have in this list. We've also got a C before an A for the k sound. And these are short vowel sounds, so that's why I've got the double consonant after them. Now, hurried, that's quite easy. Worried, with O-R-E. So you'd know that's just a single W there without an H after it. If you say it, worried, there's no air after the W, so you know there's no H after the W there. Nothing else really very tricky. In these ones, these were very short words: cry, try, pry, and reply. So the Y was making a long I sound in those words, and we changed it, the Y to an I, because once again it had the consonant before the Y. So whereas in these words the Y was making a long E sound. Right, what do these words mean? When you carry or move, you lift something and you move it to another place, is to carry something. Hurried means to be in a rush. Worried means when you can't stop thinking about something, you've got a problem and it's really making you think and you can't make a decision on what to do about it. Married is when two people decide to join their lives together and live together and have a family perhaps for a long time. Ferried means to catch a ferry and to move from one place to another. Now this ferry is like a big boat that carries a lot of passengers on it from one place to another. This is scurry, which means to run fast. Cried means when you're upset and you have tears coming out of your eyes. It could also mean to cry out loud too. Tried means when you're attempting to do something that's really hard and you may or may not succeed. Pried means this is levering open a box where you're prying it open and you have to lever it open. And reply means when you're having a conversation with someone says something to you and then you answer them back. Okay, let's go back and read the word, sound the word, spell them and write them. So we might have to break these into syllables in order to be able to sound them. So we go carried, carried, C-A-R-R-I-E-D, 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 C-A-R-R-I-E-D. So carried, hurried, worried, You can break them into syllables and then spell them and then write them. This is level L, list 14, and we're doing the day 2 page. And you can see in all of these words, we've had to change the Y at the end of the base word to an I because there's a consonant before it, before we add the ED. So we've got carried, hurried, worried, married, ferried, scurried, cried, tried, pride, and replied. So if we had a short vowel at the start of the word, so read, at is a short vowel, so we had to double the R. Hurried, we've got a short vowel, so we have to double the R. Worried, a short vowel, so we double the R. Married, a short vowel, so we double the R. Ferried, a short vowel, so we double the R. Scurried, a short vowel, so we double the R, whereas these had a Y at the end for cried, where it was making its I sound. Tried comes from the word try, pride comes from the word pry, and replied comes from the word reply. So we're changing the Y to an I in these ones, but we don't need to put in that I sound. It's already going to come through with the I. Okay, write the new word. So you'd have carried, hurried, worried, marrying, and ferrying. Just be careful when you're changing marry to marrying, you've got to keep that it sound in there. So you've got to leave that Y in there. Now down here you have to fill in the gap with the missing list word. The eager competitors, something to the start line to begin the race. The eager competitors hurried to the start line to begin the race. You can work out those other missing words within your group and write them in. Synonyms mean words that mean the same. So what is a word that means the same as shipped? It would be ferried. You ferried something to the island or you shipped it to the island. You can finish those other ones on your own. This is level L, list 14, and we're doing the day 3 page. And in these words, carried, hurried, worried, married, ferried, scurried, cried, tried, pride, and replied, you can see we've changed the Y, which would normally be at the end of the base word, to an I before we add the ED to indicate past tense of these verbs. So you only change the Y to an I at the end of a base word if there is a consonant before the Y. So that is the rule on all of these. So if we've got carried, we could sound it, break it into its syllables, so carried, and then we're going to spell it before we write it and check it. So C-A-R-R-I-E-D, cover it, C-A-R-R-I-E-D, and then check to make sure that you've spelt it correctly. Now, these words are all nouns, verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. You may need to discuss that in your group to work that out. Here you've got to complete the table. So here we're changing that I back to the Y to get the base word. When you're adding the S, you have to change the Y back to an I and add your ES. And then when you're adding the ing, you're going to change the I back to a Y. You can't have double I in a word, so you need that Y in there before you add the ED. So complete the sentences using the correct tense of the incorrect verb. So you've got to work out which word is wrong. They crossed their fingers, but they weren't too worrying about the test. So work out which word is wrong and then write it correctly there in the correct tense.